We are so far behind on this channel.
Bring on the schmaltz.
Well, hello again there, Schmaltzteers, and welcome to another episode of Schmaltzmark. Kelly, I feel like it's been forever since we've done this.
I know. Hey,
What?
everybody.
Yeah, hey. You've heard my voice. You haven't seen anybody else in a while now. We're just getting around to our precaps for the films this past weekend.
And it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. These should have been out last Friday. But, as you know, precaps are our reviews from the future, where we reach into the future. We look at the film, we see what we are going to think of it, how many tropes it's going to have, and then we come back here into the present and we tell you about it. Well, you're wondering, how can you possibly do a precap of a film that already played 3 days ago? Well, I can tell you, we haven't watched it.
None of them.
In fact,
It's a fact we
we're
haven't
still
even
watching the
finished
films.
watching the ones from Thanksgiving weekend.
Previous weekend, still working on those. So, you know,
What you gonna do?
we're not cheating. I just want you to know that much. We're not cheating on the
Totally
precaps.
not. We watched the previews for these just like we normally do, and we gave them our guesses, our scores, and I haven't watched anything else about them.
Look, you guys know what it's like this time of year. This is Christmas, man. Things get hectic and crazy.
Especially when you have kids that have parties and activities and recitals and whatnot.
We have 5 Christmas parties this week.
Yes.
5 Christmas parties
5.
between us this week. A Christmas music recital, piano recital.
A Christmas musical at church.
Yes, a Christmas musical at church that one of the kids is taking part in. Then, you know, work.
Yes.
Funny
and
little thing
school.
called work. And school, so...
And I homeschool, for those of you that didn't know.
And,
so.
you know, our weekends have been spent doing what?
Decorating.
Decorating. Man, it's Christmas.
That's right. We had all
We
kind
love
of
you
outs,
all, but this doesn't take a precedence
No.
over getting the twinkly lights
As a
up.
matter of fact, we're behind on our Christmas movie watching, not Hallmark related. And I mean, y'all.
It's crazy. This has been one of the crazier Christmas seasons I've seen
Yes.
for us. But
All that being said, hello. We're back.
that will not stay us from our duties.
No.
It will just delay them somewhat, as you've seen. Kelly, so coming up this last weekend, we have...
We have lots of Christmas.
Yes. We got a lot of Christmassy Christmassins here.
Yes.
It was the weekend of Christmassy Christmassins,
Yeah,
apparently.
you cannot pick that trope. Here's your trope of choice because it's right there in the title of all of the movies.
And the first one, like that...
Christmas in Evergreen.
Christmas in Evergreen. Evergreen is an evergreen title in the
Yes.
Hallmark world.
Yes.
And let's look at that trailer right now.
Experience a magical movie inspired by Hallmark artist Jeff Greenlee.
This is what Christmas is supposed to look like.
It will fulfill your deepest wish
Only if you know what your heart really wants.
with magic that will change their Christmases forever.
That magic, it's all around us.
Barbara Niven, Holly Robinson Peete, Teddy Sears, and Ashley Williams.
Evergreen, here we come.
Christmas in Evergreen. On Hallmark Channel.
All right, well, that's a nice looking trailer.
Yeah, that's a
It
good
looks
one.
good.
You want to hear my prediction?
Let's hear your prediction.
I think there's some sort of family-owned lodge that she is a part of. Like
Okay.
it's her parents or her grandparents or something. And it's going to be bought out by some big corporation or something.
You're saying the
and-
Ashley Williams character?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
It belongs to her or her family or somebody.
Yeah.
And I guess Teddy Sears, is that his name?
Yeah.
Is the representative of the big company and he's gonna come try to secure the.
So he's going to be the city guy coming to the small town
But
to
she says
secure the deal.
I don't think she lives there anymore.
Okay.
I think it belonged to her
I
family
see.
or something, and she's going back there because she says Evergreen, here we come.
Yeah.
And then she gets invested in it while
Again?
she's there
Okay.
again.
Interesting.
I don't know.
And I would like to point out that Barbara Niven's character is named Carol, so there's another Christmassy Christmasin
Yes.
in this one, so we definitely took that off the board.
That off the list.
And we got to take Sci-Fi Guy off the board because of Teddy Sears, who played Zoom on Flash, one of our favorite shows around here, and one that we hope to start reviewing on another new show we're going to do soon.
After Hallmark Christmas season is over.
After we get caught up with this channel,
Yes.
and this particular show on the channel, rather, which should be sometime in March. We should finish watching all the Christmas movies at this rate. All right, so let's have a look at what everybody, when they went into the future, they watched the film, how did they score this particular film?
How did they?
I see that, first of all, you guessed there would be 12 total tropes. Savvy went with 15, so did Chatterbox, and I went a little below them at 14.
So we're all kind of tight in there together.
All right in there. And, there's some that I can make educated guesses on, like the lights, for example.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You can't really tell from a trailer.
No.
Really, because that's fooled us before.
Right. But this one, I think, is a pretty good bet.
I think it's a good candidate. Also, another thing that we don't have as a trope that we should is the real Santa Claus or an angel.
Well, we are totally going
Yeah.
to rework the tropes for next year because there's some that are on there that we don't think should be, and there's some
Like
that
Fake
aren't
Snow is coming off the list, guys.
Sci-fi guys coming off the list.
Music by Public Domain coming off the list because they're just in everything.
Well, the sci-fi guy you have to actually look up, or I do because I don't know. So
Yeah, because
that one-
God forbid we actually, go on IMDb. Anyway, continuing on, let's look at our scores, our guesses, that is,
Yes.
our precaps for acting, story, and visuals.
I had 8 for acting, 8 for story, and 8.5 for visuals.
Okay, well, Savvy went with a 7.5, a 7.5, and an 8. So she was a half point below you on everything.
Yep.
Chatterbox went with a 7.5 for acting, 8 for story, and a 9 for visuals. He's liking the look of this one, and he could be right.
He could be right. It's
He really that
pretty
could be a
from-
good guess on his part.
From the trailer, it is pretty.
I was kind of in between everybody. Well, actually, I guessed
No.
the same thing you did. Exactly the same.
exactly the same
8, 8, and 8.5. For my trope of choice, I went with carolers.
So did I.
Okay, well, what the kids
So
do?
we were the exact same on everything except for number of tropes on that
Yeah.
one.
Wow.
Savvy,
That doesn't help me.
Savvy did snow dashing, and so did Chatterbox.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's kids versus parents.
Very much kids versus parents on this one. That'd be cool to see how that works out. Christmas at Holly Lodge, our second Christmassy Christmasin title.
Yes, because you have Christmas right there in the title, and then Holly.
Yeah. The Holly Lodge.
Holly Lodge.
Let's find out what the Holly Lodge is all
take a
about,
look.
shall we?
Allison Sweeney, Jordan Bridges, and Cheryl Lee Ralph star in a Hallmark Channel movie.
Every year that I've been here, somebody gets exactly what they need out of nowhere.
At Holly Lodge, 'tis the season for friends, family, and maybe something more.
I saw the way he looked at Evan. I felt it from across the room.
Sometimes you find everything you're looking for in one place.
Or one person.
Christmas at Holly Lodge on Hallmark Channel.
Right, we got a little snow dashing.
Yes.
A little near miss kissing.
Yep, so lots of tropes off the table right from the very beginning.
I think so.
And again, this one could be the same scenario that I proposed last time.
I think it may be the exact same story. One of the two is going to be the story you just
yes,
suggested.
one of the two.
Yeah. So, it could play out exactly that way. I'm also hopeful that we'll have more real snow than fake snow in this one.
Yeah, this one, because they actually did go snow dashing, it looks
Yes,
like, in this
the-
one, as opposed to one that
The
we
sleigh
saw.
actually moved.
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
That's a good sign.
Yes, it is a good sign.
All right.
If you can see their breath, it's likely
Exactly.
real
And you know
snow.
what's funny? We live in the South, and even we notice these things.
Yes.
People who live up north are always pointing out the fact that you either can't see their breath or there's no dirty snow.
Right.
Because let me tell you, when you do go
Or
up
no
north,
snow melt.
yeah.
There's no wet on
Yeah.
the ground anywhere.
Well, sometimes there is because they've just, like thrown fake snow
Spritzed,
out.
yeah.
Like from a ice snow machine, but it's 70 degrees out and it's all melting.
Right.
All right, let's look at our scores for this one. Total tropes. Kelly, you said 11. Savvy also said 11. Chatterbox went up with a 14, and I was between you guys with a 12. I never leave myself much room for
You
winning.
don't.
I always end up right in the middle somewhere.
You do,
It pretty much has to be right on it or I don't get it.
pretty much. I always hedge it a little lower, so I have a lot of breathing room.
Yeah. Well, but if it's 12 this time, you won't have any breathing
No,
room.
I have none.
So you have one number you can get,
Yeah.
actually. So I did better than you did. So there.
So there.
All right. Our scores for acting, story, and visuals.
You and I actually had the exact same thing again.
Again. Unbelievable.
On acting, story, and visuals.
Which is a 7.5 for acting, 8 for story, and 8 for visuals.
Savvy had an 8 for acting, an 8 for story, and an 8.5 for visuals.
And then Chatterbox also had an 8 for acting, an 8.5 for story, but only a 7.5 for visuals.
I guess you didn't like the look of this one as compared to the one
He's very
before.
picky on the look
Yes.
of these things
It's
based on
either
the
like
trailer.
a 9 or a 10. Like he went a 10 one time.
Yeah.
This time a 7.5. So that really means
Yeah.
he's not.
He's all or
optimistic. Yeah.
He's all or nothing. Trope of choice. What'd you going for?
Eye opener, guy or gal.
I think that could work. I'm going with the belly up business.
Impossible business.
Oh, is that what I got? Mm-hmm. It looks like a belly up business. It just says biz. How am I supposed to know? Yeah, you're right. Okay, so yeah, impossible business plan, which will save the belly up business.
Right.
I think it's going to be both.
There
probably.
has to be a belly up business for there to be
Typically,
to be a business plan. And then Savvy went snow dashing, which I don't think she's allowed to do.
I don't think she is either.
So we're gonna have to call her on that. She's gonna have to change that one.
Or we can just tell her she doesn't get it.
And
Oops.
then Chatterbox said the awkward public proposal.
He's a big fan of that one.
Yes, and it's rarely in there, so I don't know why he keeps picking it.
It was big in past seasons.
Yes,
this year it hasn't been.
This year not so much.
Hasn't been at all. All right, let's move on to our next film. Another Christmas in Angel Falls on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. Let's look at that trailer.
When a town needs a miracle,
The town of Angel Falls has lost its Christmas spirit.
an angel's work is never done.
Sometimes things change when you least expect it.
This is going to be epic.
Rachel Boston, Paul Green, and Beau Bridges star
Anything could happen.
in a story of one town's wish
Oh, wow.
for a Christmas miracle.
It was like every Christmas morning I've ever known all rolled into one.
Christmas in Angel Falls on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
Right, so we have Christmas in Angel Falls. I'm assuming Beau Bridges is a literal angel in this one. See, if we had the trope of actual Santa Claus or a literal angel, yeah, this would be a good week for that, too.
It would be a good week for it, yes. But
of course, it was given away in the trailers.
We couldn't use it.
A great cast on this one. I know Savvy was really excited about Rachel Boston in this one. Paul Green's good. So,
her.
yeah, it's a good lineup of actors. I think this one's going to turn out to be pretty strong.
Acting wise, for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we all guessed on that.
We went fairly low with our trope guessing. I went with 9.
And I went with 7. Savvy and Chatterbox both had a 10.
Yep. So again, I'm stuck with my number.
Yeah, your one number. I at least have 7 and 8 that I can go with. For acting, story, and visuals,
I had an 8.5, 8, and 8.
Savvy had an 8.5, a 7.5, and an 8. Chatterbox went with 9.5 on acting.
He's excited about this cast, apparently.
7 for story. I guess he doesn't think they're going to have much to work with.
Good actors, bad script.
Then an 8 for visuals. I went with an 8.5, a 7.5, and a 7.5.
With trope of choice, again, it's parents versus kids.
It is.
Save the Tradition is Wayne and I's selection,
Yep.
and Tragic Backstory is what the kids went with.
They're big fans of the tragic backstory.
Yes.
It's because it's usually a safe bet.
It is a safe bet.
We'll probably give it too many points, honestly. All right, one last movie for us to precap today, and that is Magical Christmas Ornaments. Ooh.
Magic doesn't exist.
There is always magic in Christmas.
Are they ordinary ornaments
Could you send me a sign that happy endings still exist?
or Christmas miracles?
I'm Nate.
Marie, the ornaments. There's magic to them.
Jessica Lowndes and Chesapeake Shore's Brendan Penny star
You bought me a tree?
Hope it brings you a little Christmas magic as well.
in Magical Christmas Ornaments, one of the most wonderful movies of Christmas on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. Now,
Magical Christmas Ornaments.
The ornaments are magical.
The ornaments are magical. What does that mean, Kelly?
I don't know. Does it mean that they're actually magical, or that an ornament brought some magic back into the lives of people?
Or maybe everybody who gets ornaments from this certain place, wherever it is,
their life is transformed in some way.
yeah, the thing that they need the most
Is-
happens in their life. That's my theory.
Where's that store?
I don't know. Do they sell washers and dryers?
And
Is there a
microwaves.
washer in this ornament? That would be awesome. Hey, it's a new car.
Woohoo!
I want that ornament. All right, let's see what everybody guessed on this one. We went a little low on the tropes. You and I did again.
Yes, we were reverse on this one. I went with 7.
Yeah, and I went with 9. So I'm stuck with just one number
Yes.
because Savvy went with 10.
And Chatterbox went with 12.
Yep. For acting, story, and visuals,
I did 8, 7.5, and 7.5.
Savvy was similar to yours. Hers was an 8, a 7.5, and an 8. Mine was the exact same as hers. Chatterbox went with a 7, an 8 for story, and an 8.5 for visuals. And trope of the day choice, what you got?
Myself,
Yeah.
you, and Savvy all went with eye opener guy or gal. And Chatterbox
I can see that.
played it safe and went with a near miss kiss.
Well, Jessica Lowndes has gorgeous eyes, so
Yes.
maybe it's her eyes that get opened. Because, let's face it, the director's going to want to see more of them.
Well, this guy buys her a Christmas tree, insinuating that she does not have one, maybe does not want one. So
she's going to have a revelation. Her eyes are going to be opened to the magic of Christmas.
To the joy
because she
and the magic of
says
Christmas.
there's no such thing as magic.
Right.
And then her mother or whoever that person was says there's always. It's not her mother.
It can't
She's going to be a surrogate mother type because
Yes.
I guarantee you she's got a tragic backstory and is an orphan.
She's some sort of,
Yep. I can feel it. It's coming on. That's it. That's all we've got as far as
Now
the
we have to go
precaps.
watch them.
So we still have to watch Switch for Christmas from the previous weekend. And then all 4 of these. And then we'll be back in a couple of days with another precap for the upcoming weekend of films. I'm actually just taking a day off so I can watch movies this week. It's crazy. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, Kelly, it's not Schmaltz.
Unless it ends with a kiss.
To watch another episode of Schmaltzmark, click on the upper left. Or to subscribe to our channel, Wannabe Films, click on the upper right.